What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. Welcome to the Auditorium. If you're new, I like to react to music from video games that I haven't played or heard about. I myself am a musician. I've been playing guitar for many years. Music tends to just kind of hit me pretty hard. And today I'm going to be doing a platinum tier request for Rogue Monk. New game on the channel. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 song is called Keates. Now, I've been pretty much playing games off and on my whole life, and I definitely am familiar with Tom Clancy. And by familiar, I mean, like, I just know the name. I've never played any. I know they're mostly shooters, FPS, stuff like that. But I never actually played one. But they have a, huge fan base. But especially music, I have no idea. I can't really think of any music when it comes to FPS except for maybe Halo. Anywho, without further ado, this is Keates from Tom Clancy's The Division 2. It's already not what I expected at all. Oh. We're going a little weird. Kinda industrial. Yo. Whoa, what a rhythm. Oh my god, the guitar's so fuzzy. Dude, it's so sludgy. Oh, there we go. There it is. You know a riff is good if you can repeat it over and over and it still sounds dope. Ooh. Drums backed out. Oh. Oh. Dude. Nice break. Ooh. That's sick. One more cut. Just riding the bass. Ooh. Different ending, I like that. Dude, everything sounds so fat. I was not expecting this from That's a keyboard. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if what I've been hearing so far has been all synths, to be honest. could just be all modulated to hell. Yo. I think I've been moving my head this whole song so far. Ooh, guitar in the back. Single notes. So simple. I can feel it like vibrating my earwax. What? Wowzers. Okay. First song I hear of the day, so let's just get out of the way what I thought was gonna happen. And for some reason, you know, I think I'm justified in thinking this. When I think FPS, first-person shooters, Call of Duty, you know, all those games, the first thing that comes to my mind is definitely not music. It's there. It's extremely ambient, and you know, it's more like a movie nowadays. And I was just expecting to hear some sort of like orchestral, big sound, and that was not an orchestral big sound. That was a electronic like bass powerhouse. There was so much low end in that, and it was so filthy. But on top of that, it's got me raising a lot of questions and a lot of eyebrows. If I had more eyebrows, I would raise them. No, now I'm trying to hear it back in my head, and I'm actually now thinking if there was even guitars in that whatsoever. Well, there was definitely one at the end, but now I'm thinking of all the little dum 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 dum. I'd have to hear it again. But at first I thought it was like a really sludgy sounding distorted guitar, but now it could have just been a really, really distorted synth. So I don't know, but either way, the musicality in this song was something that was just not expected and just really, really talented. Everything was so good. The bass sounded amazing. The drums, honestly, were kind of not the star of the show, but they were absolutely like the backbone completely, because they kept changing rhythms, different fills, different just things going on. But it was all about the groove. The groove stayed there, so it was just like a boom, 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 bah, boom. So it didn't really, it kept your head in a constant tempo the whole time. And it just kept building and building. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep coming back to it. I wasn't expecting that. Damn. I'm really curious to how the rest of the music is to this game now, because I mean, that's stuff like that would make me want to try a game, because you know, I get the whole like cinematic experience, and yeah, I don't know. I really was expecting something, for lack of a better word, kind of boring. And I'm only saying that just because orchestral songs, as fantastic as they are, require all the context in the world. But listening to them on their own is just kind of like, okay, you know, cool. But that's just, I really was just expecting that. Yeah, less is more here also. Did I mention that already? Less is more. The same riff essentially kept repeating throughout the whole song. That song was not complex. It was quite simple. But as I mentioned previously, like, you know something is good if it can repeat over and over and over and still have you enthralled. For example, Here's a song that does that. Not related in genre at all. You might have heard of Dead Mouse. He has a song called Faxing Berlin. It's like a, I don't even know, 8-9 minute song. It's one of my favorite songs to listen to, like on a long walk or like on a treadmill type thing. You'll see what I'm talking about. Whether within the first like minute, you'll see what I'm talking about, even if it's not your style. I think it's a really cool song, but it doesn't really change. But it does, obviously. Like it's one of those things where like it's one giant recipe with tiny little ingredients added throughout to keep it like somewhat shifting, and that's the kind of vibe I got here. This was really cool though because it was dynamic with like the drums cutting off and then back on and then back off, and then the ending was pretty cool because it was like more of a song as opposed to a loop. It didn't feel like a loop to me, it felt like music. So, you know, everything cut out at the end and then it just kind of like faded out into obscurity. So now that really makes me even more curious, because does this game have songs or does it have, you know what I mean? Or it could just been a cutscene, you know? I don't know who or what Keates is, but that's just the name of the song. So it could very well be like a cutscene or, you know, a dramatic singular piece of music in the game. It could very well be like that. But damn, my first experience with anything Tom Clancy. Pretty good first experience. I just really loved the sound. The sound was really, really good. And speaking of sound, the last thing I'll say about it is whether they were guitars or synths, whatever they were at the beginning, that just kept going and going. It was mixed kind of interesting, where they sounded, let's just say they were guitars. They sounded like they were not panned like hard left and right, like 100% each. It felt like they were kind of panned like 60% each side. So if you think about it, like if you're like in a round room, I'm just speaking expressively, the drums sounded like they were just kind of like all over the room, and the guitar sounded like they were kind of like kind of on the outskirts of the circle. Like they were there, but not in your like cerebral cortex. I know I don't make any sense, but let's put it simple. It just sounded like they were kind of like on the sides, but not panned hard. Maybe you'll see what I mean if you listen to it again. But yeah, so that's it. That was really interesting and very exciting, actually. That was really cool. Really cool. It didn't really remind me of any bands or anything. I'm sure there is, but to me it just sounded like a really cool, unique rhythm, groove-based song in I think a first-person shooter. I don't know if they're all first-person shooters. I don't know if Tom Clancy does anything else. I just know he's the only person that puts his name on every title. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you to Roguemog for the platinum request. If you want to do the same thing, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal as well. Neither are necessary, but the guarantee that I will check out your song eventually. There is a waitlist, and it's a big one. Although, if you do not want to wait, there is the platinum tier, which is what Roguemog is a part of. That means you do not have to wait whatsoever. And a big shout out to those currently in that, which is Celador, Roguemog, Fly, and Jack. Big thank you. And that's it. So my first experience with Tom Clancy. Clap clap. Pretty cool. Let me know more. I think that's my only request out of all of them that I have. I don't think I have any more Tom Clancy. Anything. I could be wrong, but it's definitely not in the more popular request. So that's a shame. Anywho, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I will see you dudes, and I will see you dudettes around somewhere. I'm kind of everywhere now. Take it easy, everyone.